Hey everybody, this is Bill, the Fox Body Phantom. We are up here in Foxboro today at the Foxboro Jaycee show. This should be a lot of fun. They've done this show a few years now. I was not able to attend last year, but we had a great time 2 years ago. I was supporting Spindles last year. Another one of the street takeover shows that I absolutely love, where we're actually going to be taking over one of the streets here in downtown Foxboro. Should be a beautiful day. I'm helping judge today, so you see I have my Jaycee shirts on. We're gonna go through and do as much as we can. I've already seen some really cool stuff, so please keep an eye on the video. Please stay till the end, hit subscribe if you haven't, and we'll come back and share all the cool stuff we saw with you today. All right, guys, the first car pair we're gonna shoot is this very cool 1963 Nova SS. This thing sounded incredible coming in. I got a chance to park most of the cars here, so I got a chance to see and hear a lot of the cars. This thing sounded incredible. These little shoebox Novas are awesome cars. And to see one of this with a blower and the dual quad setup, or this might be even fuel injection setup on here, looks awesome. Again, we've talked a lot about, the folks using the Weld like drag racing wheels, which look great on the car. Love this in white, red interior. We do have like a lockout, automatic transmission, modern gauges. So this is kind of a nice amalgamation of old and new. It looks awesome. And again, it sounded incredible coming into the show. So I wanted to share this with you. What I shoot up here is this very cool 1979 Chevy truck. But I love the story even more than the truck. So I got a chance to talk to the owner, found this car in Vegas. It was perfectly dried, no rust anywhere, although with Vegas, the paint was fried, the interior was fried. So he redid the paint in the interior, crate 350 motor, but the cool thing was, this was a truck for his daughter. She went to college, got her master's degree, said, hey, what would you like? She said, I want a very cool 79 square body truck, and who can blame her? These trucks are some of the coolest trucks out there. When I see these, again, being my age, I always think of the GMC from Fall Guy. That's always been my favorite, but this one's super cool in yellow. You can see under the hood, they've kept the same theme going with the crate 350 with the black and yellow valve covers, the yellow spark plug wires. The car looks great, super seamless. Love the interior, so kind of putting it all together to give one cohesive design on the truck, and it looks great. And I do like the black and yellow theme. If you're gonna do that, I don't mind the body colored bumpers if it's a theme to match the car. Up here today is gonna be this 62 Ford. What I like about this truck, even though it has like the more aggressive wheels on the outside, it is a straight six truck like it would have been, single barrel carburetor. This truck right here is as bare bones as it gets. No power brakes, no power steering. You literally have the motor, you have the carburetor, you have a battery, a starter. This is like as simple as it gets for a vehicle. I love it. And again, we've talked about this on the inside. Again, we don't even have a radio in here, right? This is, again, as basic as it gets, 3 on the tree. So again, someone bought this truck to use as a truck, not for anything else back then. It is super cool. I dig it quite a bit, and I like the originality on it. As we come up here, we're gonna have a pretty cool selection of British cars here, right? So the British car guys were all coming out today. So we've got the MG, we've got a Triumph, we've got an Sunbeam Alpina. At the end over here, we have another Triumph over here. So we do have some cool British cars here. Again, these guys always come out together. These are super fun. These cars, again, a lot of the service members after World War II started getting into some of the British sports cars. These are all small 4-cylinders for the most part. Minus this with the small V8, which is very cool. That's a different animal altogether. But these were just designed to be practical, fun, sporty cars that you can drive, get relatively good gas mileage, enjoy them. And if you ring them out on the highway or on a back road, you get decent performance, especially in the high RPMs. All right, guys, we're gonna shoot this 1974 Chevy Laguna SS 400 car. This would have been the body style, 2 years after the Chevelles and the Malibus, which were the mid-size cars, went into this, what they call the Colonnade style. This one's very cool though. Again, the Rally Sport wheels with the white painted wheels with the trim ring and center cap, the red vinyl top. One of my favorite features in these cars were these swivel bucket seats to make it get easier to get in and out. And we have the Chevelle right in front of us here. So very similar. Again, the painted Rally Sport wheels. And this is the Malibu Classic in a 74. And again, I think this is, I don't know if this one's a 400, it might be a 350 car. But these were super cool. And again, these were everywhere back in the day. Super popular along with like the Cutlasses back then. They just sold 1 million of these. And then over the years, for whatever reason, they didn't kind of survive like you'd see the earlier cars. So these aren't as prevalent, but it's cool to see. We also have this gorgeous 51 Ford truck. You take a look at this. Again, look at the inside. Super clean, very original. A lot of trucks today. Love the wooden beds. Obviously the wooden slats on the side of the truck. This one is very clean. It's a very cool truck. Guys, I've shot these two T-buckets before. I'm not going to go too far into depth. We've shot these at a couple of shows, but these are very cool. And these two guys that have them are awesome. They have a ton of fun driving them everywhere. We do have a newer Mustang GT. Got another Triumph up here. So again, British cars well represented. We've got a nice Oldsmobile here, 4-door. So again, you don't see the F85s a ton, and you don't see a lot of the 4-doors that have kind of been maintained. So this is pretty cool in that color. And then we saw this Malibu come in, and it sounded incredible. So I'm not sure what the motor is in the car, but it sounded awesome when it came in. It definitely sounded like either a 350 or something even larger. It looks great. As we go down this side, yeah, please. It's just a twig, we're good. It's not gonna hurt the car. It brought the value down probably about 10 grand. So we'll come down the end. This is all of the judges that are judging the show today. My Fox is up here. There's a lot of cool stuff up here. So again, we'll have everybody's stuff, and then we'll come back down this way. This El Camino is awesome. I heard it coming in. It sounded incredible. So it's a 64 383 stroker. So again, if you want something fun, 64, relatively light car, same size as the Chevelles, but with this car, with the 383, it's definitely gonna be a rocket ship. Looks great with the red line tires. We shot this T-Bird a couple of years ago. We actually took an award at this show. Very nice car. We've got a newer GT CS. We've got a 77, which is what I thought it was, 77 Camaro with, again, the weld drag stars. I wanted to shoot this hot rod because this hot rod looked beautiful right here. I'm pretty sure I've shot this one at maybe Bass or one of the other shows before, but it's very pretty in the orange and white, kind of the old school style paint job on this car, the hood louvers, the dump out of the headers that goes into the exhaust, which is super cool. You can see the exposed suspension pieces. This is a beautiful car. Happy to share this. This is the 71 I shot at Bass the other night, along with the 454 next to it. This is a gorgeous, this is an 81 or 82. So this is an 82 C3 with 37-ish thousand original miles. This is the last year of the C3, so this would have been the evolution. Now it's cool to see these two together, right? Because you can see one of the first, so the Stingrays with the steel bumpers, what it would evolve to in the last version. You can see how wide and aggressive the fenders got. You can see how much lower it is. You can see again just how more aggressive it got in 82. I love the mag wheels on these cars. They look great. This red paint is incredible on the car, along with like that gray leather interior. This is an automatic. This one was a manual behind us. We shot that the other day. But you will know, like once we got to this year, you would see that these would just become very similar to what the whole generation of the C3s would be. Once you get to like 74, the fenders would get wider. They would go with the wider mag wheels, but they didn't change a ton after the originals. Like the 71 right here, you can see they have no hatchback, rear glass, no rear trunk. Like to put stuff in this car, you have a package shelf behind the seats, and that's your space. And here you have this actual functional hatchback that you can pop open. So you have a little bit more livability in these 82s than you did the 71s. I really like them both. I'm so torn because I prefer a steel bumper car, but man, by 82 with the wide fenders and specifically these mags, this car just looked absolutely incredible, and I think it's one of the coolest looking versions. And this is absolutely a pure early 80s car, right? Mirrored T-tops, the big mag wheels. The only downside on these cars is that crossfire injection. Now, I'm not making anybody mad on the Corvette forums. No Corvette guys are huge fans of crossfire injection. They can work well if you get, kind of set up correctly, but there's not anyone out there that screams, oh, we got to save the crossfire injection. It was not the best setup for fuel injection. A lot of guys would take these cars and convert them back to 4-barrel carburetors because they were easy to live with. But when it is set up right, it does work well. It is pretty reliable. It's just, again, not the easiest system to live with. 60s GM stuff, 68 442. I feel like I talked about these so much recently, and for a while I was talking about because I never saw them. Now I feel like I talk about it too much, but I do like this. I like the unique front end. This 66 Impala SS is one of my favorite body styles from this year. As much as, and I love the 58 through 60. I think actually all the Impala SSs from 58 till about 70 were beautiful. I think they hit their stride this year in the 60s though. As beautiful as like a 64 Impala is, the style on this with that slanted grille, you know, the rally sport wheels, but I think this like swooping body style in the back. Now, they maintained a lot of the same stuff. You see that steering wheel, they'd be the same steering wheel you have in the earlier Impalas. Even that T-style shifter was similar, but you got into that more sweeping style in the back, that beautiful kind of roof line with the vinyl top. So these are very cool, both of these cars. The next car we have up here is this gorgeous 55 Chevy. I saw it pull in. Again, it has like a B&M style shifter. Yellow with white, very cool looking car. I love that front, you know, that front emblem that Chevrolet had back in 55. And this is a great color combination. Trans Am here. This is the Daytona 500 Pace Car Edition from 79. What I like on this one is it is the, as they would go into the Pace Car Editions as they would get older, most of them become the turbo cars, the 4.9. Then 79, you saw the 6.6, so you'd have actually the Pontiac motor. This is actually a 4-speed. So like we've talked about before, you can see it says TA 6.6, not 6.6 liter. That's the easiest indication on the outside to see if it is actually the automatic or the manual. The automatic would have had the Oldsmobile 403. This has the Pontiac 400 with the 4-speed. Very cool car. You know, again, this would have been the facelift after 77 and 78. Looks super sharp. I'm a big fan of these Trans Am. I mean, anyone that's my age, grew up on the Bandit Trans Ams, loves these cars. They have to. They're just beautiful cars, and this is a very cool version of that car. Right next to us, we have this gorgeous SS. So this is a 71. So this is the last year of the split bumpers. Love this in the red and white paint. It is super sharp. Those Cragar SS wheels on this car are perfect for this car. Like, I am not a red car guy, but in this particular car, in this style, it looks great with the red, with the white racing stripes, the black interior, the chrome Cragar SS wheels, that chrome split bumper. This is an automatic car. Most of these SSs by 71 were 350s. So I'm not sure if this is a 350 car, but that's my guess, but it looks great in this color. So a couple of very cool cousins, if you will, from GM back here in the 70s with the Camaro and the Trans Am. All right, guys, we've got a couple more cool cars up here. We finished judging. Really cool little show today. We've got this very cool Torino with the 351. I love these side stripes on these Torinos that are reflective at night. They're super cool. These Torinos became, you know, they got a lot more love after the Gran Torino movie, but I always thought they were very cool. The body looked great. This Chevelle was awesome. I saw it coming in. It has, you know, an LS motor. I love the Cragar SSs. Again, if you think about muscle car, you know, a 70s Chevelle with a cowl induction hood and Cragar SS wheels is exactly what comes to mind for me. Now, you can see on this one, we've got some modern bucket seats, but we have retained the original Chevelle gauges. It is a manual car, which is awesome. And again, in my opinion, the best color in the blue and white. We also have a 40th anniversary C4. We have a couple of C4s. We have a 40th anniversary convertible. This one is an automatic. You know, the 40th anniversary was such a cool package. I've talked about it on a few videos. I won't go real deep into it. It was just this maroon color. It was to commemorate the 93 C4 Corvettes in this color package. All 93s are technically 40th anniversary. This is the 40th anniversary edition with the special package. This white car, if you've seen it before, if you've actually seen one of my business cards I pass out, this car is behind my Mustang in Canton. We've shot this car many times. We also have this gorgeous early C3. It is a veteran's car, so thank you very much. I think when we looked at this one earlier, I think it was like a 71, but it is beautiful. It is an automatic as well. I love this like copper color paint, and this is the 350, 330 horsepower motor. Again, as you go through these, I've talked a lot about the C3s over the years. They're some of my favorite. Early C3s are absolutely gorgeous, and this is a great color combination. Guys, this is our friend John's Impala. We've shot this a few times at different shows. Man, I just love this car. Like, it's so classy looking, you know, in that light blue. The dual antennas, the white wall tires, the fender spats, like everything is so cool on this car. Like I said, one of my favorite cars of all times. They just did such a nice job. So this one is a 61. I'm trying to remember what he said the motor was. So it actually has a 350 motor with 300 horse, the 700R4 automatic transmission. But I love the car. We've got a little, I think, Fairlane next to us. And the GT with the 302 convertible, super fun. You gotta love a good convertible. We got a 66 Mustang Coupe with the Magnum 500 style wheels on it, which I think look great on these Mustangs. Black with the red pinstripe is such a good color combination with the red interior. This is also a manual car. 66 would have been a 289. I'm not sure if this is still a 289. It might be a 302. That was a very common mod. We have one of the newer Challenger TAs in red. We have this gorgeous 55 post coupe. This car was definitely in contention for best in show. It is beautiful. If you take a look under the hood, there's been a lot of customization done on the car, but it's very cohesive to what they're trying to do. You see the dual air cleaner setup on it, the newer motor, the weld wheels. The paint looks great. Again, this is one of these colors you would see that came out like the late 80s, early 90s. Everybody was doing the street rod scene, kind of went through and created these colors in a pastel. I think they look great. And again, I like the you know, the rest of modern interior, but the rest of modern interior that still maintains some of the originality and design, right? I'm not sure. This is a 3-pedal car, so it is a manual. So very cool to see a manual in one of these 55s that's been resto-modded. We have this gorgeous Torino Cobra next to us. This is the 429. We've shot this car a few times at Bass Pro. We've got a very cool Supra over here. Don't know if he's coming or going, but that thing looks amazing. There was an IROC I wanted to shoot down here that looked really nice that I wanted to share as well. So we have this gorgeous IROC at the end here in black and red. That Supra sounds great. It is a turbo. You're good. Yeah, this thing looks awesome. And the black and the red. So this is a 350, it's a 5.7 with the louvered hood. So yeah, very cool. I like these seats so much on the Camaros, especially this combination of that was like the vinyl or leather with the, you know, with the cloth. Looked great on these cars. And again, you can see that Supra next to us. That sounds absolutely amazing. I shot this Galaxy 500, and I apologize. It is crazy loud behind me with the music. But this car was pretty neat. 352, 4-door sedan. I really like, obviously, the all the custom, you know, work they've done etching into the glass, which I thought was so cool. Plus the custom pinstripes and the fender skirts with the flames. This is a pretty neat car. And again, you don't see a lot of the 4-doors in these, so to see someone that's kind of done this over in a 4-door is pretty neat. These Galaxies are like a great value. They've come up in price a little bit now, but still one of the best values out in the market, along with like the 68 through like 72 Cutlass. Doesn't get a ton of love, and probably not enough, is the Pontiac Solstice. You also have the Saturn Sky, which was kind of like the same car. This was GM's answers in the early to mid 2000s to what Miata was doing. And at the time, they actually talked about this being like a better Miata, right? It wasn't quite as agile, but it had more power. It was a little wider, it rode a little nicer, right? So this was a really cool 2-door sports car for somebody that was looking for something that was American made, that wasn't a Corvette, that was designed to be high performance. This is the GXP model, so this is the more high performance version of the model. So this one would give you more horsepower. It is a turbo motor, right? So you get the turbo, you get the 2-seater, you get a manual transmission in a car that weighs like, you know, 2,800 pounds. It's pretty light. So it's a pretty fun car. And again, this is something that people don't realize, that, you know, it was a great value at the time. What killed this is, you know, GM's, you know, a little bit of lack of quality, of build quality on like you know, interior materials. The Miata just felt more upmarket inside the car, even though that was also not like, you know, a super high-end car. GM, even in the Corvettes at this time, was using really, you know, cheap plastics inside, so it kind of brought down the feel a little bit. But if you actually got a chance to drive one of these, they're super fun. And in the GXP with the better brakes and the more power, this is actually a pretty fun little sports car. Guys, we'll grab a little bonus footage. We actually are doing a drive-by to one of the senior assisted living facilities in the area. They always have asked if they can be part of the car show, and a lot of the seniors can't get over. So we're driving down by one of the assisted living facilities to support that. So it's pretty cool. Don't know if you can see behind me in there, but we've got a whole group of muscle cars and classic cars going over, which is awesome. So very excited to share that with you. This is very cool for these folks. I'll shoot the, yeah, as we go around the corner here, you'll see the classics here in front of me. We haven't done something like this before. It's pretty neat. I'm glad this is kind of cool to do something for these seniors, right? So this is interesting because I don't think they have anyone posted. So somebody, yeah. So yeah, so they are gonna let us go. That's cool. But hopefully you guys can see behind me all the cars coming up. We got a big parade of classics behind me here. But this is so neat. And again, I'm glad we do stuff for these different groups. Man, part of the car hobby is just, you know, being good human beings and trying to take care of each other. So I wanted to share this with you. again, we'll go by the senior home, and hopefully we'll get some of the seniors having a great time doing it. But it's super cool. Oh, here we come up on the right. The seniors are up here on the right, so this is very cool. We get that old F85 in front of us. We got our friend Brad's 67 390 Mustang behind us. This is awesome, so cool. Oh, that's great. This is so cool, very cool. All right, guys, so for my phantom favorite of the night, I'm gonna go with this 79 C10 for a couple of reasons. One, you saw when I shot the video how cool it was, and it is cool, but I love the story of, you know, a dad and daughter and kind of doing it together, and it is cool. These square bodies have always been near and dear to me. You know, I grew up, you know, loving these trucks back in the day, and it's just such cool, you know, again, a utilitarian truck that's been turned into something very cool. So this is gonna be my favorite of the night up here, our favorite of the day up here. I love the color contrast. I love what you did with it, so thank you for sharing it with us. It's super cool. All right, guys, another super fun show. Again, thank you for checking out the channel. If you haven't done it so far, please hit that subscribe button. Next week, we will 100% be at Spindles as long as the weather's permitting. That's in the Marshfield Fairgrounds next Sunday, so the Sunday of Labor Day. They do have a rain date for the Monday if it rains. It is literally like the best show, 900 cars. They are a great group of people, so please go check out that show. And thank you for checking us out. We really do appreciate it. Like I said, if you haven't hit subscribe, please do so. Thank you.